Hello guys, it's your boy Anomaly from Sweden, and in today's video we are going to be talking about how the release of CS2 absolutely crashed the skins market. But before we do that, I want to thank today's sponsor, which is Skinport. Skinport is a CSGO, well I guess CS2 marketplace where you can buy and sell your skins safely for real money. They have over 1.2 million CS2 skins listed. It still feels weird to say CS2 skins. So whatever skin you want to buy, Skinport's definitely got it. If you're selling skins and your skin happens to be over $1,000, then the sales fee is only 6%. And if you're buying skins, for example a flip knife tiger tooth on Steam, you're looking to pay 635 euro. Meanwhile on Skinport, the cheapest one listed right now is only 479 euro. That is a huge difference. So thank you very much Skinport for sponsoring this video intro, and now let's talk about the crash in price in the CS2 market. Now, with almost everyone that has skins saying something like, I've bought a lot of skins, so I can sell them in CS2 for more money. Well, it appears you probably can't. Because in the last few days, CS skins have crashed in value quite a lot. Like, for example, the Glock Emerald having gone down over 30% in value in just like 2 days. We can see this on Price Empire, where we can see the 7-day and 30-day graphs being very red on basically every single skin. Some skins have now started to go up single digit in the last 24 hours, but that's basically they've gone down so much, people are now starting to kind of rebuy them because they think, oh, maybe this is the bottom. For example, here is that Glock Emerald graph where you can see it was listed for over 6,200 RMB, and you can see it was pretty stable, but the CS2 update was announced here, and you can see the price has absolutely plummeted since then. Oh my god, it went all the way down to 4,388. That is quite the drop. Another example of a skin that's gone down a lot in value is the Desert Eagle Blaze, having been listed for over $800 earlier this month to now being listed for only $620, which is also a very, very big drop. Now, it's really hard to say just how much total value was lost, but we can estimate it. If we say that in the last 7 days or 30 days, on average, every single skin has lost between 5 and 10%, and we apply that 5 to 10% on the total market cap of CSGO, well, I guess CS2, then we end up with a loss between 168 to 336 million dollars in just like 2-3 days, which is pretty insane. Now, the question you might ask yourself is, why did all of these skins go down in value? CS2 is the new addition to CSGO, it's the new Counter-Strike game, and all of the skins carry over, and many of the skins look better and way more updated, like the Dopplers, for example, that look very good. It just doesn't make sense that skins went down this much in value. Well, there are actually quite a few reasons, and once you hear them, it will all make sense. The first reason, even though it might sound a little weird, is probably the release of CS2. Most people thought the CS2 release was going to be this huge event with a bunch of new content, new cases, new collections, skins, and even operations, but what we actually got was way, way less. We basically just got an open beta that replaced CSGO, so you can't play CSGO anymore. And is that Valve's fault for saying they have a deadline release in the summer, or is that our fault for overhyping it? Well, I think it's probably a mix of both, but simply, if you look at it, expectation versus reality were very, very different. Everyone who bought skins was basically hoping that CS2 was going to bring this huge new player base, but what we actually got is just CSGO with actually just better graphics, but way less features. Some of those features that are missing or were cut are, for example, competitive maps. We're missing quite a few from CSGO that just aren't available in CS2. Wingman maps, for some reason, there's only 4 Wingman maps in CS2. We're missing like more than half of them, which is really weird. They've also removed game modes like retakes, arms race, and of course the sad thing for me is they removed Danger Zone. It's not available anymore, and I really like Danger Zone. Danger Zone in CSGO was not great because the engine wasn't built to handle maps that big, but CS2, it's no problem. But for some reason, they just didn't ship it. Hopefully they're going to release it eventually, but I don't know, honestly. The only real new content we got is the weekly care package, which is kinda shit. And like I said, this video is about skins, right? They didn't release any new content about skins. No new cases, collection operations, even though we've now had the longest span ever between the last case to now not releasing a case. You know what I'm saying? I kinda suck at English. So yeah, that's definitely one of the things that I think got many people wanting to sell their skins. They're not happy with the way CS2 is, or they just invested a lot in skins and then their plan was to cash them out when CS2 releases. So as an example, let's say I invested in a bunch of skins, you invested in a bunch of skins, and all your friends invested in a bunch of skins for CS2. What happens when CS2 actually releases and it doesn't bring a huge influx of new players? Well, all of those skins are being listed because we all want to sell, but there's no one buying them. So we're just undercutting each other and the price goes down. That was like a little douse. Another reason I think some people might not be buying as many skins is because there's so many changes, unannounced and like random changes to skins that make some of them look a lot worse. For example, one of those items is the sport gloves Nocts, which are now fully gray. They don't look black, they don't look good. Another item that had insane changes are the Dopplers. They made phase 1, 2, 3, and 4 look much better in-game. Same with the Gamma Doppler. This is a phase 2 and it looks absolutely insane. Meanwhile, they made Sapphire and Emeralds, which used to be the most expensive and rare version, look much worse. Like you can see. What is this, bro? This looks bad. Here is a Karambit Emerald. I would say it looks similar to what they looked like in CSGO, but now that phase 2s look like this, who in their right mind would spend that sort of money on an Emerald when a phase 2 looks just as good for like 1/10 of the price? And I'm not really sure if this change was even intended, because look, this is the phase 4 in CS2 side by side with the exact same knife in CSGO. Same with the Gamma Doppler phase 2, you can see them side by side. Is this the change they wanted? Because it looks so different. Now I understand that some skins are obviously going to look different because now we have CS2, new engine, new graphics, motor, new lighting, everything. But I just think that the changes they are making is a little too big and uncertain, which makes me uncertain. For example, this Bayonet Ruby, how do I know that tomorrow they're not just gonna nerf it like they did with the Emerald and the Sapphire, making it much darker and basically look like a phase 2? Well, I don't know that, and you guys don't know that. No one knows it except for Valve, which makes it kind of sketchy for me to own a bunch of skins. Now, obviously, eventually, maybe in a few weeks or a few months, Valve are going to stop changing these skins because they're happy with the way they look, and then it's going to start stabilizing again. But as it is right now, with random changes coming all over the place, I think short term, the price of skins might drop a little bit more. Because in CSGO, if you bought a skin, you knew that it was gonna look the same in a week or 6 months or 10 years. But now that we have CS2, you don't know that, because Valve could change the way the skins look. And all of these factors that I just mentioned have also made the people that invested in skins for CS2 to panic sell, which is why I mentioned the undercutting and everything. People are just trying to get their money, or at least some of their money, out of the skins that they've invested. Now, what do I think will happen to skins and skin prices in the future? Do I think it's all over and skins are just going to keep nosediving in price? No, obviously not. I think maybe in a few months or in the next year, prices are going to start stabilizing and maybe even going up again, because the launch was obviously rushed. There is a lot of content that Valve want to push out, like cases, operations, skin stuff, but they just haven't done that yet because getting the game out in the summer has been the #1 concern and the #1 focus. Once these updates start coming that have to do with skins and this new content comes to the game, I think obviously then we're going to see a larger player base, which might contribute to skin prices going up. But like I said, all of those things I think are going to happen in quite a while. It's not short term that they're going to be releasing all this content. No, now they're just focusing on making a game that can run and isn't glitchy. But I hope I'm wrong and all of a sudden tomorrow skin prices just go back to normal, but I don't think so. I think it's going to take a while and it might go down a little bit more short term, but long term I think we're fine. Because CS2 honestly is a very good game, it's just lacking all of the content. Which, now that I think about it, makes it sound like a bad game. I hope you know what I mean. Thank you guys for watching, and now I'm going to go sip this cup because it's 5:30 a.m. and I've been awake all night, so that is very nice. Cheers.